you? Hello. Ooh, I like the way that looks.
Yeah, same app.
What app is that?
Voice recorder? It's just very straightforward, I know. You wonder what it does.
I like a good visual.
There you go.
Nice. Ooh, look at the camera.
What was it like to slip into the Joker shoes?
Well, I typically play pretty passive. My other stuff is really passive and quirky and stuff. This guy's quirky, but it was fun to like play dark and get really crazy. And on Veep, the show I do, there's always kind of an understanding of like, let's get it real as possible, let's get it subtle and find the comedy. This you can just like go nuts, so that was really a blast.
What iteration of Joker did you find yourself kind of like looking to, borrowing inspiration from? Developing your. I heard that your laugh is amazing in this, like that sort of thing. Like what was going into that?
I know. I wish I had a better answer about that, but a lot of it comes. I just kind of showed up. They called me and said, "Do you want to play this?" And I was like, "Yeah." So then I showed up, and
meanwhile, somebody in their basement's like, "I can't wait to play the Joker one day."
But they were very kind, and I showed up and I saw the images, and I had heard the Japanese recording of it. His was much more. It was very, very intense. Mine's a little more. Kind of spastic a little bit, and so I don't know, I just kind of dove in, and you kind of hope for the best that they like it. You never really know. And I was allowed to show up the next day, and I guess they kept me for the job. I don't know.
How much did you play around?
Yeah.
How much did you kind of play around with that voice in the booth and really?
That's interesting because when you go in there, they say, all right, let's try something, and then I did something. And they're like, all right, let's try this. And so you kind of spend a good 15, 20 minutes just trying to find the guy. And then you just kind of go for it. And I did a lot. I remember I lost my voice because I was just screaming the entire... I mean, Joker is screaming the entire time.
Yeah.
And he's laughing the entire time. And it's just maniacal. Like, it's crazy. But it was... And then I just, go home to my wife and child.
Do you go home with that voice and your wife annoyed now?
Hello.
Is she annoyed with that?
It's kind of nice, though, when you do it, you kind of check out and then you go home. But it's the same thing with my other characters. I remember when I was doing Buster Bluth on Arrested, and he's so emasculated and so passive, and you have to shake it off to go home, Just that kind of
Don't take him home.
I didn't take Buster home.
Oh, good.
How does it feel to kind of do this kind of voiceover work, coming from a lot of live work?
Yeah, I love it. I mean, I'm working on something now, and I do just I did a show called Sanjay and Craig, and I don't know, it's just fun to it's so different than what Veep or Arrested. I will say Arrested is very almost animated. The characters are very broad and very weird. But typically it's very kind of real and subtle, hopefully. But then coming in here, you just kind of lose yourself a little bit and just scream. I just screamed the whole time.
Now, before coming into Batman Ninja, were you pretty familiar with the franchise in general? What was your engagement with Batman and familiarity with Joker coming into the movie?
In all honesty, not much. With Batman Ninja specifically, or?
Yeah, just basically before Batman Ninja happened, what did you know about Batman?
So, what I knew about Batman?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
I knew that obviously Mark Hamill did a lot, has done a lot of the Joker voice, and his is such a great take on it. And obviously Heath Ledger and Jack Nicholson and all that kind of stuff. But I tried not to compare myself when I do it too much to have. So I actually didn't listen to much of their stuff. I kind of just try it coming in fresh. Because I think when you kind of getting into trying doing differently, then it can almost become what you don't want it to become too close, rather than doing your own take. So I just kind of jumped in. I've learned a lot about the franchise with this. But when we came in, there was no script. They didn't give us a script. They had pieces of it. I saw the animation, and they would guide you through it. And they'd say, all right, so now Joker and this is what happened. And this story is so out there. It is crazy. and anything you expect to happen, it like turns this way. There's one time when Joker loses his memory and he goes, he becomes like a farmer. And the way they did it, it looks like a Degas painting. Like it's very just beautifully and artistic. And then they switch back to the anime. Like it's really throws you.
So going into it, you said you kind of went in fresh. Is there how many different voices that you tried before you settled on that certain voice?
Well, I think, I don't know how many voices, but you kind of go, would I go darker? Would I go low? Or would I just keep him very, because he has this, especially in this, he has this kind of clown, I mean, he's a Joker, but it's like, with the clothing, the anime clothing they gave him, it's very kind of like a circus. And he's almost like a ringleader. And so he has this kind of energy to him that's a really erratic energy. And so that's kind of what we stuck with.
Was it hard to develop the laugh?
Ooh, that laugh.
Yeah, where'd you come up with that? That was pretty good.
I just, I don't know. I didn't even think about it. I just kind of, sometimes I'm sure it came off forced, but just kept laughing. I don't know.
It's like a long running Family Guy. You know, it's like when you think it went too long, you just keep going. You kept going.
I just didn't stop.
Yeah.
And then they just kind of, I guess, cut it up and stuff. But it was, we have 1 minute, guys, and then it's all over.
It's all over for all of us.
All is done.
So having done Joker, having done this work, what's ahead for you? I mean, like, what are you hoping to land another project similar to this? Does it open your horizons kind of to doing similar work?
I don't know. I think a goal in this business for me is, I think you're always thinking about what's next, and the challenge is to stay present for me. And it's like, this was fun. I love playing dark. I don't get to play dark a lot. I kind of get to play wide-eyed and dumb. And so it's fun. I love getting into the dark. That's fun. So maybe some more of that, but I'm thankful for the gig. Always thankful for the gig. Yeah. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Nice meeting you. I'm getting this app.